This is the DJI Power 1000 version 2, and it is a 1000 watt-hour portable power station. Believe it or not though, this is also a 1000 watt-hour portable power station, and whilst it may be a lot smaller in size, it certainly isn't giving up on features. The new DJI Power 1000 Mini not only is the industry's smallest 1000 watt-hour portable power station, it has features like 1000 watts AC output, 400 watts DC car charging, and even has a built-in solar MPPT tracker. On top of that, it has USB charging, Wi-Fi connectivity, and today I'm going to be telling you all about it. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to be clear in saying that DJI did reach out to me and send over both of these power stations for me to take a look at for free. However, they haven't paid me to make this video, and as always, my thoughts are entirely my own. So, to walk you around the Power 1000 Mini, as I've said, this is a 1000 watt, and it's actually technically 1008 watt hour portable power station. It is based on LFP batteries, and it weighs approximately 11.5 kilos. The thing to note about this is that it is much smaller than other 1000 watt power stations. Size wise, it is coming in at 314 by 212 by 216, and you can see looking from the side that it is a slightly longer design than it is wider, but it is much smaller than the other power stations that you see on the market. When it comes to external options, everything is pretty much mounted on the front. On the rear, you have an integrated carry handle with a rubber grip. On the sides, you will see that there's some ventilation, and that is the same on both sides. On the bottom, we have some rubber feet, and then on the back, more ventilation under the labelling. On the front, we've got a nice large display, which is controlled by the power button in the top corner. You can turn this on and off, and you can also use this to turn on and off the power station itself. This shows things such as the current battery capacity, the input and output wattage from our I/O, as well as the status of the various outputs and the built-in Wi-Fi functionality. Below this, we then have our two AC sockets. Now, this is controlled by a dedicated AC button. These sockets support up to 1000 watts of AC power from the built-in inverter. You can draw up to 1000 watts from the built-in battery, or up to 1200 watts when it's being used in power pass-through mode with an AC input. Below this, we then also have a dedicated LED light bar. This is controlled by the button located on the right-hand side. By pressing and holding this button allows you to change the brightness of the LED bar, and that brightness setting will be saved in the memory of the power station for when you turn it on and off next time. And by double pressing the button, you can enable an SOS feature that will blink the LED in the SOS Morse code pattern. Then, on this side, we have all of the I/O. We have an AC input, allowing you to charge the power station up to 1000 watts. That's going to allow you to get to about 80% capacity in around an hour, or full charge in about 70 minutes. We then have our DC area. We have a dedicated DC part. We have our 3 USB ports, as well as an integrated USB cable as well. The first port is the SDC port. This is DJI's own custom DC port that offers both input and output. It is a dual-use port that you can use with dedicated cables to allow you to do things like power your DC devices via an accessory socket, power devices with an XT60. This port automatically configures this output voltage between 9 and 28 volts up to 400 watts depending on the cable that you're using. And whilst it's auto configured to 13 volts, you can control this in the DJI Home app, simply going under energy management, allowing you to select anywhere from that 9 to 28 volt output range. The SDC port also supports power input, allowing you to charge up to a rate of 400 watts and can accept a voltage range of 9 to 28 volt. This power station has a built-in charge controller, allowing you to connect it directly to the power system on your vehicle, so it can take power directly from the alternator and charge the power station without compromising your vehicle's battery. It will actually monitor the power, ensure that it only charges when your engine's running, and you can even use this to help back charge power into your vehicle battery should it go flat. On top of that, it also has a built-in solar MPPT tracker, again allowing you to connect solar panels directly to the power station as long as they're within that 9 to 28 volt range, again helping you charge this power station whilst on the go. The great thing about this is that all of that functionality is built in from the factory. All you need to do is choose the correct cable that you need to connect to your system, and it's ready to go. Above that, we then have two dedicated USB-A 5 volt ports supporting up to 12 watts, a USB-C port up to 100 watts, as well as a built-in USB-C cable. This is a really nice feature that I haven't seen on anything else. It's held in place with a magnet, and it is a retractable cable, allowing you to plug directly into your device, which means that you don't have to worry about making sure that you've got a cable with you at all times. This is perfect for charging things like laptops, DJI's batteries for their drones such as the Avata 360, the remote controllers, and pretty much anything that uses a USB-C connection. Something else that's nice about this is that whilst it's integrated, it is replaceable as well. Don't worry if you damage this, DJI do sell replacement units. Something else that's really nice about this station is the fact that you can also charge it via the USB-C ports too. You have a 100 watt input capable on that port and a 100 watt input capable on that port, and you can even combine them to allow you to charge it up to 200 watts, and you can even combine them alongside the SDC port, again allowing you to combine the charging input. Whilst you can combine the DC inputs, you can't do that with AC, so the basics are you can charge AC up to 1000 watts, DC up to 400 watts, or the DC 400 watts combined with the USB. Now, when it comes to using this vehicle connection, you are going to need this dedicated car battery charging cable kit. DJI provide this for the power station. This is available to order from the DJI website. In this kit has everything you need to connect it up to your vehicle. You can see here we have a small little instruction booklet, and inside we have the full cable kit. This is designed to be ready to go to your vehicle. You can see here on the end we've got our two battery connections which are pre-fitted, some nice silicon cables, then heat shrink tube, and then we've got this covered sheathed cable that goes all the way down to the end here. Under here you will find there is a built-in fuse. You can see caution heat. Under there you will find a large 80 amp fuse, and then on the end we have our connection that goes into our power station. This is all pre-terminated. You would simply need to install it into your vehicle, obviously routing the cable where you need to, mounting the connections onto your battery, and then you're ready to go. Another great feature about this power station is the fact that it does have built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which means that you can control it from the DJI Home app. Now, this app gives you a bunch of information about the power station's current status, but you can even control its outputs as well. So here at the moment, you can see we've got 100% capacity. You can see the situation with the inputs, or I can click on outputs, and we then have the options to control this. So we can turn on and off our ports. So for instance, I can turn our AC ports on and off. You've got the current situation with your USB ports, including showing you the status and power of any devices that you've got connected to the outputs. And within this app is also all of the main configuration for the additional features on the power station. You have things such as device info, your firmware update, but your energy management and general settings are under here as well. Energy management allows you to configure the additional features of this power station, things like your recharge limit, your low battery alarm, your AC output restoration settings, your AC recharging cable check, your fast recharging mode options, allowing you to select fast or slow, and then you've got your AC frequency options down here as well. Also, when you have cables connected to the likes of the DC-SDC port, those options will become available in the app as well. So here, now that I have the accessory cable connected, you can see that we have the voltage output option available, which allows us to select between 9 and 28 volts. And when you've got it connected to your vehicle charging cable, additional options for that will be made available as well. You have operation mode, recharging power, as well as voltage settings available too. Just to demo this, here I'm in the back of the car. We have the wiring kit all connected. You can see that we're charging my DJI Avata 360. Now you can see up here, it is currently connected to the battery, and you can see the voltage, but because it's below that threshold voltage, it isn't charging the power supply. However, if we now start the engine, what you will see is that it will automatically pick up that the voltage has increased. You see we're at 12.7, 12.78, 12.8, and we should see that start to jump. There we go. We're going up to 14 volt, and then what you will see is the power station will start to kick in charging. There we go. And what that means is you don't have to worry about managing this. It'll all be handled in the background automatically without you having to do anything. It's not going to discharge your battery, and you can even use this, as I've said, to put power back into your car battery should it go flat. Something else about this power station that I haven't mentioned yet is just how strong and rugged it is. And in fact, it'll even put up with my weight bouncing up and down on it. And I can promise you that is quite a bit of weight. And it will even survive a drop onto timber and then onto concrete. Here you can see it had quite the fall. And whilst it hasn't come out completely unscathed, it has a few battle scars. The power station is working absolutely fine, no problems at all of the outlets are working, the cable even is fine as well, the retractable USB-C, and again it's designed to not only be small and portable, but to survive outside as well. When it comes to choosing between these two power stations, there are a few important differences that you need to be aware of. Obviously, if size and weight is a factor, then the 1000 Mini is going to be the one for you, but it does come at a little bit of a cost when it comes to how they deliver their power output. As I've said, both of these power stations have similar capacities of about 1000 watt hours. The version 2 is expandable, allowing you to connect up to 5 external DJI batteries to this, allowing you to expand that capacity, whereas the 1000 Mini isn't expandable. Both of these power stations have AC outlets. However, the 1000 version 2 is capable of up to 2600 watts, whereas the 1000 Mini is limited to 1000 watts. Both have USB-C ports, but again, the 1000 version 2 can do up to 140 watts compared to 100 watts on the 1000 Mini. Something to note about the USB-C ports, though, is the fact that the Mini is capable of being charged via its USB-C port, whereas the 1000 version 2 isn't. It has up to 100 watts output, but it can charge up to 100 watts via the USB-C input as well. Both of these models have the new DJI SDC custom connector. The version 2 has dual connectors, a full size and a light, whereas the Mini only has one. But there are some benefits to the Mini compared to the version 2. For instance, the Mini has both a solar MPPT tracker built in, as well as capabilities to being able to be used with an alternator on your vehicle for charging whilst out and about. You can use the 1000 version 2 with alternator charging and solar, but you have to use separate adapters, whereas on the 1000 Mini, all of that is built in. You simply need to have the correct cable and you're ready to go. When it comes to charging, there are also some differences too. For instance, both can be charged on mains. The Power 1000 version 2 can get up to 80% in about 40 minutes and a full charge in under an hour, compared to the Mini, which takes about 75 minutes. Both can be charged via that DJI SDC connector. However, as I did mention earlier, if you're going to use solar or alternator vehicle charging on the 1000 version 2, you are going to need external adapters, whereas the Mini has the electronics built in for that. You simply need the correct cables. The Power 1000 unfortunately cannot be charged by USB-C, as I mentioned earlier, whereas the Power 1000 Mini can. And both of these stations do have the option of charging between multiple inputs as well. So you can charge on mains and SDC. And on this, you can charge on mains and SDC or USB and SDC. And you can even charge via both USB-C inputs on this at the same time, allowing up to 200 watts via USB-C, and then the remainder of the input via the SDC port. Now, when it comes to choosing between these two power stations, it really comes down to how important is high power output to you. If you're not going to be doing things like powering electrical power tools on the go, or you're not looking for an expandable solution, the Power 1000 Mini is going to be the perfect solution. This is ideal for everyday portable power, whether that be in the home, in the back of the car for charging your drones, your cameras, or going camping. This is going to deliver. It has the nice little extra features like that built-in retractable USB-C port, USB-C charging. It has the option of charging via solar built in, as well as being used on your alternator. Whereas if you need more power, or you're in a situation where expandability is important, then the Power 1000 version 2 is going to be the one. As I've said, you can connect up to 5 external batteries, 2,600 watts, which means you're going to be able to use it with most power tools without any problem. Both are portable, but this one you could easily carry with you to the beach, whereas this is a bit of a bigger unit, probably more designed to be mounted in the back of vehicles or in situations where it's portable, but you're not going to be carrying it around every day. In the end, both of these have a lot of features and capabilities. It's just really down to how important the high power is and how portable and lightweight you want it. Okay, so the last thing we need to talk about is pricing. Now, the DJI Power 1000 Mini is available for £449 in the UK. Compared to the Power 1000 version 2, £579. So you are paying a lot more money for the Power 1000 version 2. It does have that additional output capability. It is expandable as well. So as I was saying earlier, the Power 1000 version 2 is probably better if you're looking for a home energy backup solution or you want expandable portable power, whereas the Power 1000 Mini is perfect for everyday use, and it has the little add-ons that make the difference: the USB charging, the solar charging, the alternator charging capability built in as well. And again, that retractable USB-C cable is so handy. When it comes to the cables, these are about £25 each, depending on which one you want. And that cable for the battery charging is £45. And remember, again, that functionality is built into this station. You just need the cable. You don't need a separate alternating charging module like you do on the Power 1000 version 2. Now, that is pretty much it from me on this one. I hope you have found it useful. If you have, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. There will be links to these power stations down below. As I said earlier in the video, DJI did send these to me, and I want to say a big thank you to DJI for sending them over. And if you're interested in getting yourself some, the link will be down there. And that's pretty much it. So look after yourself, stay safe, and I will speak to you soon.